Hey everybody! If you're not into guns, go ahead and just click off the video so you can keep all the rage in your rib cage and just, not get yourself agitated. Before we go any farther, I am not saying that I advocate for carrying a gun. I am not saying that I do carry a gun. All I am saying is that I'm going down to the local gun store just to see what they have and see what kind of ammunition they might have. I did write an extended article on gun laws by each state. I'm going to put a link to it below. Just because federal laws and state laws are always in a flux. I even made a small spreadsheet on different gun laws per state. So if you're interested in carrying a weapon, or a gun rather, across state lines, I did write a pretty extensive article on the laws, both federal and state, and some local laws depending on the state, and there will be a link to that below. It's just going to be a vlog about a little trip to somewhere interesting. Also, if you're wondering why I look paler and crustier, for those that don't know, for the last 8 years I owned dog training companies and I'm a licensed dog trainer, but before that I worked in rescue and as a licensed esthetician. I was an esthetician when I worked in rescue because rescue work doesn't necessarily pay that much. I still get my hands on like glycolic peels, which I just did for myself due to the fact that I have been really reckless with my sun exposure. My skin is literally peeling off. It's a good thing. So we are going to KP Arms. I wasn't sure what I would need in this state for any potential purchases, so I did bring my concealed carry and FOID card. And I'm about to go start a job in the woods in Oregon around a bunch of bears. In order to get all that, I did gun training. Right. I'm not that strong. Recoil really kicks my butt. So I was thinking maybe.
Well, I've done, just because I do this all the time and I hunt a lot.
That's basically what I'm asking for is some advice.
Well, basically, and more bears have been killed with a 9mm than any other gun.
Is that right?
And then that's because more people carry a 9mm because it's readily available.
Okay.
And the ammo and stuff nowadays, it's not so much about putting a lot of bullets in an animal, it's about shot placement. If you hit any animal in the heart with a .22, it's going to die.
Yes, I heard it in the head.
Yeah, or in the head, or whatever. That's where you want to stop a bear. Because if you hit an animal in the heart or lungs, it's going to die, but it's going to be several minutes. Yeah, it's going to be several minutes down the road as it bleeds out, so it's still going to have that adrenaline and fight. So, but you would be fine carrying a 9mm if that's what you had, and that's what you're better off with something that you're comfortable shooting.
That's my biggest thing.
If you can't hit the barn door with the 50 caliber, then what's the point in carrying it? You're better off with something you can hit the target with. So so anything, and a lot of the bear sprays and everything now.
I have bear spray.
And that is fairly effective, but it's kind of like on people too. It's gonna affect everybody different, so you don't know what type
It's also
of
proximity.
And if you start spraying pepper spray, you're gonna get the effects also.
Correct. That's the other thing. And I have a dog that goes everywhere with me, and bear spray's gonna
and I was a canine officer for a while too.
Oh, you were? So you know, I have a Belgian Malinois with me.
Okay, so you have a Mal. Well, my Mal didn't give a shit about pepper spray. He would sneeze and hack, but he worked through it, no problem. But same thing, not all dogs are that way. So another route to go is also taser if you're interested in something. If you don't want to kill the animal, those have good effects on animals. They've never been tested on bears yet, but they've been tested on dogs and people, and they're very effective. And the noise alone is
startling.
I honestly recommend something like this because it's inexpensive, and these ones hold 12 rounds, as small as it is.
So that was a really great experience. I like going to see things that I'm interested in. If any of you were interested, I'm glad that I took you along. Let me kind of recap you on some of the things that I learned. So I put the camera down right as I was going to handle a 9mm. I also handled a 45. The thing is you can't buy a handgun out of the state of your residency. So if I was an Arizona resident, I could have bought a handgun. Now with Arizona gun laws, I could have bought a taser store, and I could have bought a long gun, like a shotgun. So I did also look at a 12 gauge just for shits and giggles. It was a nice 12 gauge and it was really well priced, but I don't have a need for a 12 gauge, so I'm not going to spend the money on it. Something good to note, since you do have to buy a handgun in the state of your residency, is let's say that I wanted to buy a handgun right now. What I would need to do is either have someone buy it for me back in my Wisconsin, you know, because Wisconsin is now my residency, so I need someone in Wisconsin to buy it for me, or I could buy it and then have someone from Wisconsin ship it to me, because you are able to mail guns. So if you are traveling and you want to get a handgun, you either need to go back to your state of residency to buy it, or you can have someone ship it to you from your state of residency. In a lot of other places, Arizona, where I'm at now included, you can buy a long gun, like a shotgun though. I really enjoyed that the guy was an ex-canine handler. He had a Malinois, I have a Malinois. So we were able to discuss those things, and he was just a nice guy, and he had his whole family there, so it must have been a family-owned business. So I really like that place. If anyone is in Western Arizona area, I would totally recommend that gun store. The prices were really on point. I was expecting them to be a little bit inflated, being that, you know, it's right on the California border. I figure he's got to know his audience. He could probably jack those prices up a little bit, and he didn't. They were real average. That was fun. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.